on President's Day, Joe Biden made a surprise trip to East Palestine, Ohio. Oh, no, sorry. I'm sorry. The note says he went to Kiev to visit Volodymyr Zelensky on President's Day. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. My apologies. No, he didn't visit East Palestine, Ohio. He went to Ukraine to celebrate on the front lines of democracy with President Zelensky. And that, of course, rubbed the residents of East Palestine, Ohio, and their mayor, Trent Conaway, the wrong way. Here he is on Fox News expressing his disappointment.
Mayor, before we let you go, you saw President Joe Biden over in Ukraine. Did that make you feel slighted in any way? I mean, he hasn't really. Can he not hear me?
I got you, Trent. He asked, before we go, I can repeat. He said, with the president being in Ukraine today, did that surprise you?
Absolutely. That was the biggest slap in the face. That tells you right now he doesn't care about us. So
agreed.
He can send every agency he wants to, but I found that out this morning in one of the briefings that he was in the Ukraine giving millions of dollars away to people over there, not to us, and I'm furious.
On President's Day in our country.
Yeah, President's Day in our country. He's over in Ukraine, so that tells you what kind of guy he is.
And that, of course, left an opening for former President Donald Trump to plan a trip to East Palestine, Ohio. We're going to play a couple of quick clips from that visit, one of him greeting the crowd, and then another truly Trumpian moment at the local McDonald's. But first, here's Trump greeting the adoring fans.
Thank you, sir. Honor to meet you, sir. Mr. Trump, what do you make about Biden not
He must have brought 10,000 hats to hand out. He's handing out hats.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. Your town is Detroit, but here's a hat.
Is he going to start throwing paper towels?
No, he's got the hats this time.
The real president.
I mean, remember that when he was in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Jump shotting paper towels to people.
So there he is there, and then here at the McDonald's, real man of the people moment here. This was fantastic. Let's take a look.
Enjoy your meal, and we're going to get the meals for the fire department. Okay? Hello, everybody. What's your specialty today?
How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody.
I want a Big Mac, extra sauce.
So I know this menu better than you do. Okay?
I
probably know it better than you do.
Oh, man.
We're going to take care of the fire department.
Okay.
We're going to take care of the police department.
We're going to take care of the fire department and the police department. We're going to take care of everybody.
We started the fire.
It's on me.
We're going to grease them.
It's a good one to own, right?
Yes, it is. One of the best.
Literally,
We're going to make
grease
sure
them.
they don't shut you down for multiple health code
Plus
violations.
the people that are in here, they're going to get a nice free meal. All right?
There he is. Oh, and the people in there are going to get a nice free meal. So meals on
And
the
he brought
house.
water.
So there he is. He brought water, too. He said he brought Trump water, but then he said he didn't have enough Trump water to give to everybody. He says they're going to get Trump water, and then some are going to get the inferior water. He said that to the press conference. I thought that was kind of funny.
Nice.
But
Is he
yeah,
going to
look,
start putting Trump steaks there, too? Like, what are we...
Don't be so hard on the guy. I thought the joke about I thought his line about how I know the menu better than you. I thought that was some rare self-aware humor on his part because he's famous for loving fast food, and so he sort of embraced that. But there you have it. Just an unbelievable unforced error on Biden's part. This is especially shocking because that Trump won the presidency the first time by appealing to disaffected Rust Belt voters who felt like the establishment didn't give a shit about them. And 7 years after that, you let him beat you to the punch again. You go off to Ukraine, and he slips in to East Palestine, Ohio, which is, this is the heart of Trump country. Eastern Ohio, Western PA, that's where he ran up the score, right? And so it's just amazing that he let them, Joe Biden let him do that again. Just incredible.
Quote, unquote.
Just hand him the opportunity.
Because clearly they're trying to make moves to shore up his popularity, such as it is, for re-election. What were they thinking? Who thought it was a good idea for him to go to Ukraine instead of going to this Rust Belt town that has just been devastated by a train accident right after You stopped the rail workers from striking by fiat, many of whom warned that these trains are so understaffed because of the greed of these corporations that they were an accident waiting to happen. How do you decide, it's a good idea, let me go to Ukraine?
Because their eye is off the ball domestically, okay? Because the Republicans are now in the House and the Senate, okay? The Biden administration is running scared when it comes to that because all of a sudden investigations are starting to be talked about. How do they not run to East Palestine? Because they don't want the optics and the photos of them standing there at a federal disaster. Now, Trump, it didn't seem to do him it didn't seem to hurt him one bit. But Mayo Pete, did you see?
We're getting to that. Don't worry. We're getting to that.
They knew what it was going to look like sending him there. So they were like, nah, probably not going to. And Biden, too. I mean, he's going to look just as out of touch as Trump did. Trump even looked out of touch. He always kind of, he doesn't really.
I think Trump looked very good there. And look, the benefit of Trump going there for him
very good for Trump.
Is that he doesn't have to do anything. He's not in a position to do anything now. All he has to do is go there and signal that he gives a shit. And it's questionable whether or not he does, because even though I've said this over and over again, because a lot of the libs who are making excuses for Joe Biden say that it was Trump's deregulation that caused this. That's absolutely not true. By the time Obama passed the regulations that he passed, they were watered down to the point where vinyl chloride was not on the list of substances that would have forced, this train to get the electronic brakes on it.
This is what comes up with Trump again and again. He is blessed in his enemies because Trump looks good by comparison. He actually went there. And I got to tell you, as a guy from New York who grew up a few miles from the Trump house in Jamaica Estates, it's amazing to me that this guy who codes for me as being a guy from my neighborhood has this much appeal in those parts of the country, because he talks like a guy from the corner bar. Like, even in that scene, we're going to take care of the police department. We're going to take care of the fire department. Don't worry, we got you. Hey, I know this menu better than you guys do. It's like my cousin Vinny. Became president and got
what exactly is a grit?
Yeah. Rust Belt, exactly.
Please clap.